Guys, when we went through the video, I gave yesterday only 3 examples. My examples were a tribal woman becoming a president, and a chaiwala becoming actually a prime minister, the greatest leader, and also a fisherman's son becoming a scientist. But here I have 14 to 15 different examples. When you re-look at these examples, what was that which was not there in you and me, which has taken them from where they were to something different? This is a question all of us will have to ask. What is that they had, something different that we did not have, which took them from where they are to where they are right now? Where did they start and where did they end up? Yes, definitely confidence is one. The word confidence can be used here. They were very confident about whatever they were doing, and they were confident about whatever they wanted to expand. They were confident about whatever they wanted to achieve. Yes, they had clarity. But were they not afraid of failure? Yes, they were afraid of failure. Yes, one more. Their belief system was very, very strong. If an ordinary man like them can become something big, their belief system had to be strong. And definitely their self-esteem had to be very, very powerful. They had to protect their self-image and self-esteem in a manner nobody could dent it. Most of us, though we are confident, it's very easy to break your confidence. I can get such good communicators who can communicate with you and make you believe that you cannot do this. The moment they push you and say you cannot, you will fall flat. You will feel like, yes, I cannot. And the world is full of such dream stealers. Sometimes the dream stealers could be your loved ones, and they may be doing it out of love. But out of what you do, it does not matter. Once your dream is stolen from you, it can never be again initiated. I can give you a lot of such examples. There was this young boy who lived on the foothills of Himalayan mountains. He always had a dream and fascination about Mount Everest, because that was the tallest peak. Whenever we talk about the people living at the foothills of these Himalayan mountains, that small mountains, and also surrounded by the big mountain, the highest mountain, Mount Everest, their only occupation was helping out the tourists who come to visit there, experience the ice, and also to help those who wanted to climb the mountains. It could be small, big, or it could be the ultimate, Mount Everest also. The only occupation they had was helping the tourists, and also they were doing what is called as they live it's a special kind of an animal. Gazing them, and the milk and the meat of that animal was their ultimate. It so happened that as a boy, this Tenzing Norgay, he always wanted to climb this Mount Everest. He always had this dream. And every time he looked at the Mount Everest, he used to tell his friends, "Ek din main upar chadunga." Every time the mom heard her, she used to come and beat him left and right, and she used to say, "Next time you talk about climbing the mountain, I'll break your legs." It was not that she did not love her child. That's the reason she is telling that. She loved her child more than anything else. That was the reason she was protecting him in having that desire not to get to climb Mount Everest, because every such climbing, it will always see 50% of them end up dead because of the disaster. So she was afraid. She never wanted to miss out or lose the loved one. She had her own close relatives who had gone to help the mountaineer, and they did not come back. So they knew it is the most dangerous place also. So every time he told, "I want to climb the Mount Everest," she always told him no and no and no. And next time you speak about the Mount Everest, I'm going to break your leg, and I'm not going to give you food. She had punished him multiple times, and she wanted him to stop that desire, that dream of, "I want to be on the top of the Mount Everest." It so happened one such day, the Dalai Lama, who keeps coming towards those villages which are on the foothills of Himalayan mountain, he came once and he was addressing a gathering. He was doing a spiritual retreat. When everybody was watching him, this boy was sitting exactly on the opposite side, and he was watching the Mount Everest, which was right in front of Dalai Lama when he was preaching. See, when all of you are sitting like this, for me to talk, it's a very convenience. One of you is sitting exactly turning back towards me and watching something else when I am preaching. It makes you feel so uncomfortable. Dalai Lama in his entire speech, he was so uncomfortable. Finally, when his speech stopped, he had to get up and come, and he stopped the boy who was just moving away, and he asked, "Are you so much fascinated about that mountain?" He told, "Yes, Guruji. Guruji, I have a dream." "What is it?" "I want to climb the Mount Everest." Hold on to this dream, son. Somewhere I strongly feel your fascinating and your association with that dream is so strong that nothing can stop you from achieving the dream. And he says, "But Guruji, my mother always scolds me." Then he makes him understand. See, your mother is not scolding you because she doesn't want you to achieve that milestone. Every mother would be happy to see to it that our son achieves such a milestone. But because of the risks involved, she doesn't want you to get into danger. That is the only reason. It is a dream stealing attire of your loved ones. They don't want you to go out of the comfort zone. A fisherman's son always told, "Why do you want to read?" Ultimately, we want to be a fisherman only, a bigger fisherman. ये पढ़ाई वढ़ाई हमारे बस की बात नहीं है, because his confidence was his confidence. He thought when he is only so much confident, his kids also are going to be of the same confidence. Sometimes when your team, you have a strong player, you always tend to underestimate him. Why? Because you think your strength is ultimate strength, and based on your strength, you are not able to gauge your team's strength. So it is very important for you to detach yourself and then analyze his strength, because your kids are capable of doing multiple times better things than you. You and me don't know, because our confidence is limited. Our confidence is built on the experience we had, and your sons and daughters' confidence is built on the experience they had. For Dhirubhai Ambani, the pocket money could be 10 rupees. But for his sons, the pocket money was lakhs of rupees. And for his son, who recently got married, and it was considered as one of the luxury marriages of India, for him, the pocket money is nothing less than crores. So, what is your belief system? Your belief system is the pan that is going to be filled. When you come with a father like him, your belief system will be wide. There was this beautiful saying that every time, it is a story about Tipu Sultan, a wrong connect, but still, because in the flow it is coming. There was this Tipu Sultan and Hyder Ali. Hyder Ali was an ordinary Sasanic in the Mysore Empire, or one of the empire where he belonged to. So his richness and Tipu Sultan's richness are not the same. Hyder Ali is a poor man. But over a period of time he becomes rich, but Hyder Ali's mentality is still the same, that poor boy's attire. So when somebody comes shadi hai, maximum he would give 1 or 2 silver coins and send them off. But when it comes to Tipu Sultan, he says when Tipu Sultan is approached for the same marriage, he would replace that silver coins with 10 gold coins. That was his attire. Hyder Ali once got angry. Everybody comes up to you whenever they come for any kind of a donation, and I feel very upset. I try to save by giving as much I feel is the necessity, and you always grow beyond that. What is this? Then he makes a statement, "Daddy, Hyder Ali ji, aapka pitaji poor the, so your attire is poor man's attire, but mera pitaji rich hai. That is you are quite rich, so my attire is different." So what is the belief system you are carrying? What is the self-image within you that you are carrying? Very, very ordinary people have become extraordinary personalities. Very, very ordinary people, and very, very mischievous ordinary people have become supernatural human beings later on. It is highly impossible to even imagine. When all these are possible, when we ask a question, is it not possible for each and every one of us sitting here to hit that pinnacle? It is possible. But do you believe in you? Most of the time, we don't believe in ourselves. We don't have the confidence in ourselves. And most of the time, in normal things what you execute, sometimes we feel like we are low in confidence. We need a push that I can do something much, much more bigger than this. And for that is today's session. confidence building. Let us re-look into that video so that you introspect. We'll be using the same example to make you understand the next 1 hour of how do you actually build a confidence. The biggest strength, the biggest obstacle is your belief system. When I asked you दुश्मन कहाँ है, दुश्मन बगल में नहीं है, दुश्मन अंदर है, that belief system is inside you. You will have to actually bring it to life. God is inside you. You will have to give him a call. Oh God, you're there in me. I'm going for this ride. Give me the strength to clear it. Believe in yourself. The day you forget in your own belief system, the day you forget he is not there in you, that is when you become inferior and you will tend to lose, you tend to break up. That's where we need somebody to pour in something and build confidence. See, one of the confidence building exercise that was necessity because of the sharp of Hanuman. All of you know the sharp that was given by Indra to Hanuman became a sharp to every one of us. When you observe your childhood, you are filled with highest confidence level. How do I explain it? You bring a 3-year-old kid, you ask him to stand here and you ask him to jump. Before you can think, you would have already jumped. Because his confidence is very high. He doesn't have any kind of a resistance that he is going to actually fall and injure himself. No such logical calculation is there. Papa said jump, I'll jump. Later on dekha jayega jo hoga. That is the kind of confidence level we had. And we were all blessed with that high level of confidence to be carried along during our adult age also. But what happened? One day Indra had to come and he had to curse. The story goes like this. One evening when Hanuman is playing with all his friends, they were little hungry because they had played from afternoon to evening. Everybody asked Hanuman, let us go, let us pick some mangoes, it's a mango season, and let us have something. So everybody went to a mango grove and they asked Hanuman, get us some mangoes. Hanuman just climbed the tree and he plucked some mangoes and gave it to them. As friends, everybody wanted the biggest mango. Everybody wanted Hanuman to go to the tallest branch and much more tallest branch and pick up the best mangoes and sizable mangoes. When this was happening, right at that moment, it was a sunset. And there on the top was a ripened mango. The sun was looking like a ripened, large, big mango. Somebody told, "Ye Hanuman, ye kya chota chota mango? उधर है ना बड़ा मैंगो, जाओ उसे लेकर आओ, हम सब खा लेंगे." See, our strength of what we believed in, when somebody asked us go and get it, the confidence was very high. Today if I ask you to stand here and jump, you will do research. Whether I should really jump, if I jump what can happen, how many beds have to be put there so that your jump will not hurt you, and finally you may not jump also. You may get down aram se and then come back. That is so much of resistance we have put onto ourselves. But we never had the same resistance earlier. We were not shy also. As a kid, if people used to ask dance, you used to dance. Now if I'm asking you to even make this movement, it is taking time. You're not actually believing in yourself. You feel like, no, I cannot. And lot of excuses will come. At this age you expect me to do that? I'm an officer, you expect me to do that? So again I'm telling you, excuse is a truth in a wrong place. So with all this running in your mind, you will never make up anything to go beyond your comfort zone. You are very comfortably sitting in comfort zone and you want to retain that comfort zone and you want to stay for your lifetime in that comfort zone. A chai wala want that comfort zone of being a chai wala, so you will live as a chai wala and you will die as a chai wala. He began as a chai wala, he will live as a chai wala, he will die as a chai wala. A fisherman's son has lived as a fisherman's son, he will die, actually live as a fisherman and he will die as a fisherman. Why? He doesn't want to go outside that comfort zone. You should ask on a daily basis, am I challenging myself and going out of the comfort zone? If you are not, then you are not grown as a human. Animals also live, they also breathe, they also eat, they also excrete, they also mate, they also reproduce. What's the difference between they and us? The only difference is from yesterday to today, some learning should have happened, something learning should have happened. And somewhere you should have tested yourself going outside the comfort zone. Trying to do something which you have never done earlier, trying to take up the responsibility much bigger than what you have already handled. Then you are progressing in life. A chaiwala could have lived as a chaiwala and died as a chaiwala. A tribal woman could have lived as a tribal woman. She could have died as a tribal woman. Who would have complained? Our life was still going on. But they challenge themselves to go outside the comfort zone. Ask yourself before going to bed every day. Close your eyes and introspect your entire day from the time you woke up to the time you slept, and ask yourself where all you tried and pushed yourself outside the comfort zone. Pushing outside the comfort zone means trying to do that you have never done it earlier. Trying to take up the responsibility of a senior manager. Today senior manager has not come. And the senior most manager comes, your senior manager is not come. I think you can handle it? Yes sir, I can handle it. And you take that responsibility and you execute it beautifully. And you are very close to that senior manager's chair. Why? In his absence, that same job was executed by you. It was pleasurable. It was not a comfortable experience. Very uncomfortable experience. If you don't actually challenge such uncomfortable experience every day by taking little pain, you will never get that permanent pleasure. But if you want that pleasure of sitting in the same comfort zone, it was easy for you to say, sir, no, sir, I may not be able to take up that big responsibility, sir. Then the opportunity will go to the next person. Nobody will wait for you. No, until you get ready, we will wait. No, who is going to wait? No. If you are not ready, somebody else will come, they will grab the opportunity and they will become the captain. The same thing happened. The belief in yourself, how confident you are, is going to define where you are going to land. Because the choice every time when you execute, when opportunity comes, will either take you to one direction or another direction. The choice is in your hand. And the destination is in the choice hand. Let me share a beautiful story. See, when the first 2020 World Cup was decided, India did not have players only who were confident to say that I am very comfortable playing 2020 matches. Why? India had never played 2020 matches at all. Yes, all the other for foreign teams, they had an experience and exposure of playing 2020 because something like IPL, which started very recently in India, was running and it was very successful in the other countries. India never participated just like the foreigners were participating in our IPL team. They did not go to participation also. So there was no such exposure in them. And all of a sudden, when the first 2020 World Cup was announced, they had to send a team. They could not say, no, we are not going to send, because compulsive participation was a must. So during that time, because I am talking about confidence building, during that time an incident happens where they had to bring a team. They had to bring a team and announce this is going to be the team that is going to participate in this first 2020 World Cup. Now when the management were deciding, they made a small discussion, and in the discussion they came to an outcome that because we don't have exposure of 2020 World Cup, let us not take this first 2020 World Cup too seriously. Why? Just a participation, active participation itself we will consider is as our first and the last goal. In the process, if they reach semi-final, we will consider it is a lottery. Now, how shall we select a team? The entire discussion happened. Let us send a collective of senior players and junior players, with a senior player being a captain. That was what was decided. So, they called all the players who were in form, and all the seniors were put in one room, so something like this, and the juniors were in the other room. So first they come to the seniors and they say, now we have decided that for the 2020 World Cup we will go as a team. Instead of saying we don't want to participate, it's always good to participate. So we will collect 50% of the senior members along with 50% of the juniors, and then we will decide on the team. Now we want to have one of the senior person as a team captain. Who would like to captain? Opportunity was given. None of the senior players dared to say, I would like to captain. Most of them told, we don't want to be a part of the team only. Saurav Ganguly told, we don't want to be a part of a team, and other members also told, we don't want to be a part of a team. And there were some, Rahul Dravid told, I am never captain, and it's a youngsters cricket, let them go and play. It will give them a good exposure for the next coming World Cups. So I don't want to be a part of the team. Many of them skipped to be a part of the team. Few of them who told, we will be a part of the team, but we don't want to captain. Now the challenge was, they had to just come to the juniors and select few and form a team. Here they only were able to select 4 or 5 senior players who were ready to say yes, and they wanted to play in the game. Now they came to the juniors. In the juniors they made an announcement, we have already selected the captain, we have already selected the senior players. Now among the juniors, how many of you would like to go? Everybody raised hand. There was nobody. Just like the seniors who told how many would like to go, nobody lifted the hand. 1, 2, 3 of them. So your confidence is, how do you react when an opportunity comes to you? When an opportunity comes, if you are not going to react smartly, then the same 2020 World Cup selection committee meeting will never happen again in your life. It will never wait for you. When opportunity comes, you will have to grab it, knowing that it is risky, knowing that it is not a comfort zone. One day international 50 overs match is your comfort zone because you have an experience of that. Test match is your comfort zone. You have an experience of that. 2020 is an uncomfort zone. You are experiencing something for the first time which you never had in the past. So there is something called as fear. Where is fear more? Fear is there where you don't have experience and exposure. Where fear will be less? Fear will be less in all those things where you have very high experience, very high exposure. Yesterday, yes, I had a fear because all your faces were new. Today, I am not having the same fear. But for me to come to this fearlessness, yesterday I had to face the fear. For you also to get into fearlessness, somewhere I'll have to make a beginning. First 2020 World Cup or first 2020 match, second 2020 match, third 2020 match. On the fourth 2020 match, my fear would have come down. Why? I have an experience of that. So fear and confidence works like a energy which cannot be in the same place simultaneously. When fear is high, confidence will always be low. If fear is more, confidence is low. On the other side, if confidence is high, fear is less. So the only way I can build confidence is I'll have to remove the fear. So experience the fearful thing again and again, again and again, again and again. Slowly the fear transforms into confidence. For the first time when you are going on a cycle, there was fear. You weren't confident. You looked up your Papa. Papa is holding me. Papa is holding me. Papa is holding me. And Papa is not holding, I fall down. Then Papa again says, no, this time I will definitely hold you, don't worry. And Papa is holding me, Papa is holding me. Papa, where is Papa? Papa is somewhere there. You are still riding. You have driven at least half a kilometer. Then you will shout on the top of your voice, now I am actually driving. I can ride a bicycle. I am very comfortable. So from fear to fearlessness, you can only come when you experience the fear. In your life, there could be so many such things for which you have a fear right now also. Fear of water, fear of public speaking, fear of big responsibility, fear of lot of things, fear of heights, fear of lift, fear of fire, fear of darkness, fear of hospitalization, sometimes fear of classes like that. All these fears will always be there, but when you go into that experiencing of that fear, slowly and slowly with the help of some professionals, the fear slowly comes down. You cannot bring down the fear without experiencing the fear. For you to actually bring your fear down, you will have to go and experience the fear with the help of some experts. I am having fear of water. I am not asking you jump into a lake and then the fear of water will go. No, appoint a coach. Ask him to train you in a swimming pool. First with a 3 feet water, which you actually fear the most, even the 3 feet water. And slowly he will take you to the next level, next level, next level. When you are comfortable swimming on the 12 feet, the same coach will take you to a lake and they will make you swim. And slowly the fear of actually water has gone and you become fearless. But as a child, you weren't actually fearful. A boy who is 1 year, 1.5 year toddler, if he is good enough, healthy enough, you can just push him into water. With no problem, he is going to float. But which mother dares to do that? Which father dares to do that? So who is the culprit? Dushman kahan hai? Udhar bagal mein hi hai. Your mom is your dushman. She is not allowing you to actually come out. Your father is your dushman. There are lot of parents who are in disguise becoming such dream stealers of their kids. And they make their kids so pet to them. The kids will never be able to perform anything on their own. They always hold the sari tail of their mother and they start leading their life. This would become so dangerous for them. Why? Because they want their kid to be a pet of them. They are being actually taken care from all the direction. If you are going to do that in your presence, it is okay. In your absence, when he has to lead a life, how is he going to lead? You are actually making him handicapped. Sometimes don't show too much of love to your kids. Showing too much of love, you are actually denting their confidence, because at a time when your presence is not there, they would not have even little confidence to do simple to simple works. I have seen lot of people who come to counseling to me. Some of their kids are not daring enough and they are not so independent enough. Though they are smart in academics, they can't go to a shop and buy something on their own. No, they cannot. Why? They are never given such experience of fear. They should experience fear. Only then the confidence will start building. All these great examples in the video what I showed, they dared themselves to go and experience the fear. And Hanuman also did that. But Hanuman was fearless as a child. We are all fearless as a child. We jump from everywhere. We jump from one chair to another. And we do all kinds of fearful things. That's when there is a kid in the house, they will have to be very careful. We will not know. That is the kind of way we lived. Why? Because we were fearless. And the same Hanuman, when he sees the sun, he feels like, yes, it is a quite big mango. And how your belief system works, you should see. When Hanuman as a boy flew, when he started flying, he wanted to catch the mango. As he wanted to catch this mango, his imagination was to spread his hand so much that he can hold the mango. That inside, within a subconscious state, it was pushing his mind and body to expand, and he started growing bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Even Hanuman himself did not know. Because as he was flying, the sun, as closer he goes to the sun is bigger in size, his hand gets bigger, his body gets bigger, and he becomes bigger and bigger. And because the distance is too far, he's trying to push himself. The mind is trying to speed himself, and that speed is the power of Superman. The more you feel like I want to go fast, it tries and pushes you fast. It's not the accelerator, your mind is your accelerator. The accelerator is pressed and he is going very fast, and people knew if he is not stopped now, he is going to do something to the sun. What if he pushes the sun and the sun has to move a little distance, then the entire whatever you call universe will come to a failure. So comes Indra and he hits him and he punishes him, saying that you and all the kids of your age shall forget what they are capable of. And Hanuman forgets his strength. All of us have forgotten our strength. So sometimes we need a mentor. For the first time, Hanuman had to realize how strong he was when they were actually searching for a person who can fly from India to Sri Lanka to find out where is Sitama, and Sitama, is she actually in Sri Lanka? When everybody is searching who is going to fly, who is going to fly, Hanuman is also searching who is going to fly, who is going to fly. Then a PD sir will come, Jambuanta. Hey Hanuman, come here. Hanuman goes, yes Jambu uncle, who is going to fly? Whom are you searching? You? Me? You can fly 10 times more than this. Not 1, 10 times more than this, not even double. Your capabilities are amazing. You are the person who is going to fly. And when these personality development words were told, confidence was built. confidence was built, and that confidence that was built in Hanuma, he starts off and he is able to fly the entire lake and reach that Sri Lanka, entire ocean, and reach Sri Lanka, and that was confidence building exercise. So you cannot expect Jambavanta to come every time and actually put some confidence in you. Sometimes you should act as a Jambavanta to yourself. After Tendulkar had hit 50 centuries, nobody had even touched that milestone of 50 hundreds. Now Tendulkar had no competition at all. Who is going to motivate him? Sometimes you need a motivation who has done better than you. What will Tendulkar do? He stands in front of the mirror and he tells himself, hey you have hit 50 centuries now. I bet I will make it better than you. He had to tell himself that I'm going to make 51. He made 51. When he started 80 hundreds, he had to say himself, hey 80 wala Tendulkar, I can hit 81 and I will come back and I will show I am better than you. And he used to go to the team, go to the field. This is how you will have to self-pep yourself. To self-pep yourself and fill confidence, you should dare to take some challenging activities. Whatever you are doing every day, if you continue to do the same, where is Jambavanta's requirement? Not required at all. You should take something which you think it is not going to be possible for you. You will have to dare to say that I want to take up something which nobody has taken, then miracles shall happen. Otherwise miracles will not happen. Most of the time, to check your confidence, you should dare to say, I want something big. And most of us, we have still not decided what we want. Now I have a question without wasting much time before I complete 10. What is the ultimate aim of your life? Anybody who is ready? 10. Yes, sir.
Happiness.
Okay, other than that, to gain happiness, you want to reach at one status quo. Your life is going on.
Being successful.
How do you evaluate success? A person is success being a chef. A person feels he is very successful being a farmer. A person says he is very, very successful being a owner of a small building. It's not a very huge building. I have 1 acre of land. I feel that is success to me. How do you define success? What is the direction at which you want to go? What is your ultimate goal of life? What is your ultimate aim of life? We have decided ultimate goal and aim of life is happiness. But in general terms, if I need to ask you, because you are talking about confidence, why do you need confidence? जो आप कर रहे हो उसी चीज को करने के लिए कॉन्फिडेंस का क्या जरूरत है? अगर कॉन्फिडेंस बीच में लाना है तो अपना लक्ष्य को बदलो. जो हो रहा है उसी को करवाने के लिए कॉन्फिडेंस का क्या जरूरत है? वो सब्जेक्ट का जरूरत ही नहीं है. You need confidence as a subject when your target is something else. Confidence is required for Modi ji because he is not thinking very ordinary. He is always thinking extraordinary. When you are thinking ordinary, why do you need confidence? And when you are actually thinking ordinary, I think you will have to first change that point view of I should not think ordinary. I am not made for ordinary things in life. If you start believing that I am made for ordinary things in life, you will live ordinary and you will die ordinary. You will never give that extra and become extraordinary. For that, a goal has to be set. An aim has to be set. I don't know what to scold you, but with a beautiful story, I can scold you all the bad words. Amma, Appa, Akka also I can scold you. The story goes like this. I still remember in my engineering days, we always love a trainer, a faculty or a lecturer who actually adds up in disguise personality development in his teaching. He was teaching computer science only. But this man was so nice in giving us personality development classes. All the exercises, all the assignments he gave would motivate us to have big goals in life. Once he wanted us to realize how important is goals and aims in life, and for that he gave one such extracurricular activities because the internals was in our lecturer's hand. Any extracurricular activities any of our lecturers gave, we used to obediently actually do that because we wanted 100% marks there. So it was experiencing a different entrepreneurship or a different workspace for half a day, a very simple assignment. So when this assignment was assigned, we were curious because we knew every such assignment which this lecturer of mine gives, there is a lesson for us. More than the activity, we were interested in the lesson, and all of us agreed happily, and we went up to the HOD and we told, sir, we are very happy, we want to be a part of this extracurricular activity. Then there was a big list of things given, being a conductor for a day, or being a accounts officer for a day, being a policeman for a day, like that some activities were given. In all those activities, we selected being a conductor for a day because all of us were big fans of Rajini sir. Rajini sir was during those time a peak superstar, right now also is a superstar. And we thought Rajini sir also started as a conductor. So let us take this for being a conductor for half a day. It's a beautiful experience. And we told the HOD that we want to be a conductor for a day. So they gave us some instruction. He told you pick up any of the holidays. In that holidays, you will have to spend half a day being in that vertical to experience what others experience in their work life. It was a beautiful assignment. So they told make proper preparations so that you don't go wrong. So they had asked us to make 4 in a groups. So 4 of us, we went to the Majestic bus stand and we wanted to choose the same bus. Rajni sir was a conductor for the bus which travelled from Bangalore to Koramangala. It was around 14 stops. Simple. Bangalore to Koramangala. And again Koramangala back to Majestic. Sorry, Majestic to Koramangala, Majestic to Koramangala, Koramangala back to Majestic. Maybe it would have gone a little ahead. We will consider it as Koramangala. We were very happy and we told we would like to be a conductor for half a day. The conductor also understood. He gave us all the required instructions. He told the full ticket is going to cost you so much, off ticket is going to cost you so much. How do you identify if it is a pass? How do you identify if it is a senior citizen, and how do you charge him less? All the instructions were given, all the stops names were given. We were well prepared. Why? We were engineering students. We could memorize anything. So we were very, very confident. We never felt that we cannot do that comfortably. It so happened we went to the HOD and we told that this Sunday we are going to take up this activity, sir. HOD told I will come. HOD also came on that day to Majestic. At 6 o'clock he was there. We were also there at 6. The bus was supposed to leave at 6:15. Half a day we were supposed to be there. So conductor would be sitting in the bus only, but he wouldn't be doing the activity. The conductor gave me the bag and the tickets were in the form of chits. It is not an electronic system. It was a chit. You will have to tear the chit, pin it in multiple places and give it. It was a beautiful experience. We were having this khaki uniform which we used to wear it during our workshop days in the engineering. With the same khaki uniform, we look like professional conductors, but young conductors. And I had taken the first turn to be a conductor and all of us went and the visual was given and I visualed that the bus driver looked back and he told all the best. See, all the best means let everything be good. All the best means maga yeno kadide, something is going to come, be ready. When he told that, we understood it's a sarcastic remark and we told, what is there? Everything is by hearted. Why should I worry? I also told, thank you sir. Thank you sir means I know how to handle. Immediately my HOD told, all the best guys. Then I told, thank you very much sir. It was with respect, but that was sarcastic. My reply was sarcastic. I told, thank you, I can manage. And I wanted him to watch. Because I took up the first turn, the bag was ready. I went up to the first passenger. I was looking at the driver and I was looking at the passenger and I asked him, where do you want to go? The passenger told, last stop Koramangala. Then I picked up the chit, I picked up his money, I gave the change in such speed, I looked at the driver. Look at the speed. I did not express, but I told him. He again looked back and he told, all the best. Magai, something is coming. It's not easy to be in anybody's shoes. I told what will come and I got ready and I gave multiple tickets. And as I went to this passenger, I was curious enough and everybody were curious enough what kind of reply I'll give. He wanted to go to Shivaji Nagar and he had got into the bus of Koramangala. Most of us in life also. We wanted to go to Kashmir. We have got a bus of Kanyakumari and it is going to Kanyakumari and you are saying, I want to go to Kashmir, I want to go to Kashmir, I want to go to Kashmir. It doesn't work. You are sitting under an apple tree and they say mangoes fall, mangoes fall, mangoes fall. It won't. Jitna bhi confidence bhar lo, mangoes will not fall. You will have to change the place, change the tree. Or you should change, go under a tree where mangoes are there on the top and you pray, at least mangoes will fall. Sitting under an apple tree expecting mangoes will not work. So he was going to some other place and he wanted to go to some other place, and I told, no sir, don't worry. I'll give you a stop at double road. You get down at double road, you can take one more bus and you can go to Shivaji Nagar. Sometimes in life lot of people come and they advise you also. Even after advice you sit in the double road, same bus only. It's okay sir, anyway I am going to Koramangala. From Koramangala I will take up Shivaji Nagar bus. What should I call him? Some of us are like that only. Anyway, this is a job which I have got. I am already in one position. I want to continue in that position till the end, and then whatever God does. One man comes, there is an opportunity in another department, same place. Would you like to take up? No, I'll travel in the same bus. I'm very comfortable in this bus. Most of us live like this only. I'm very comfortable in this bus. Okay, as I have already sat, I don't want to stand and trouble my ass also. I will sit here only, I will get down and down. Most of us live like this. The moment you sit in one place, you register that place till the bus stops. Most of you get into one attire, you sit in that attire and say, life has to go on in that attire only. Is God stupid? No. Is the conductor stupid? No. You're not listening to him. You're stupid. The driver looked at him, he felt he has handled it. The driver gave a smile. And then I stopped him at the double road. And one more person got there in double road. We are going towards Koramangala and he wanted to go to market. It is going in opposite direction. The moment he told I wanted to go to market, I whistled and I asked the bus to stop. Because the more he travels away from this place, his goal will become far away, far away, far away. Knowing that I whistled, I stopped and asked him to get down. Sir, get down, this bus doesn't go. Catch another bus or else you will go far away from your destination. Most of you are actually sitting in a bus which is not taking towards the destination. It is taking you far away from the destination. But prayers are there. Mangoes fall, mangoes fall, mangoes fall. You put flour meat or wheat flour, whatever that seed, and you are expecting wheat flour to come. Natural, it will come. You have put ragi and you are expecting wheat flour come, wheat flour, it will not come, change. Now the driver looked at me and he felt like I am little confident, but also he told all the best. That means you are doing good, but still something is going to come. Exactly after the double road was another stop, which was Wilson Garden bus stop. In that Wilson Garden bus stop, an elderly man, he got in. He had a very small adult boy only, but he was behaving like a child. He used to put his mouth and he used to hold his father's shirt like this. Papa, Papa, please hold me, Papa, please hold me. Then somehow with great difficulty that old man lifted him and he made him sit. I easily could make out. Maybe he has come for a counseling for Nimans. I politely made some space for them. I went up to him. I gave the ticket. Sir, is it Nimans? The grandpa told yes. So I picked the ticket. I gave him. I felt good about it. Then after every 10 tickets, we had to change. So my friend was ready to come. I told no. After 12 we will do. Why I told after 12? 11th person was a girl. Beautiful girl. Very, very beautiful girl. Tight jeans pant, tight. I was a boy. It's natural to get attracted to girls. You should worry if boys attracted to or getting attracted to boys. Or you should be worried if girls are getting attracted to girls. Please don't worry if boys are attracted to girls or girls are attracted to boys. It's natural. It's not that I wanted to do something. I wanted to experience that. I wanted to set an impression there. As simple as that. So they also identified Malik will not give. Let him give at 12 only. Because I used to help them in their studies. They did not speak a word. Now to impress her, I went with a very stylish accent. Okay, with the ticket in my hand. The driver is also looking. I am blushing. I go up to her and I say, ma'am, where do you want to go? The moment I told, she gave me an answer. My heart nearly went to the driver and driver pushed it back. What do you think the girl would have told? what do you think the driver, the girl would have told? My heart nearly went out.
Brother.
Any guesses? Okay, most of you are not romantic. Otherwise, college students would have given most romantic answers. You say, I have also got married, sir. What romance? Life is going on. I'm always trying to be that angel husband. Good husband, very good husband, God husband or angel husband. Okay, we will come back to the fact. I was getting ready because I wanted to impress. She will give me a note, I'll have to pick up that note. Whatever the stop she says, I should understand what is the ticket price for that and give exact change, and everything should happen fast and then hand over the bag to my friend. I was getting ready. When I came and I asked, ma'am, where do you want to go? She told, I don't know where I want to go. Give me wherever you want. What will you do? I was ready if she wanted to go to some place. God is ready when you guys want to go to some place. God as a conductor is coming up to you and is asking, where do you want to go? I don't know where I want to go, God. Give me wherever you want. That's what most of you are sitting here. Sometimes I was also sitting with the same vision. Oh God, life ja raha hai. Wherever you take. Then you cannot become that visionary. All these people did not say wherever I want. They told this is the place I want to go. I felt like saying, Akka, why are you? Everybody is watching me. In my mind I am telling everybody is watching, my face shrunk. Then I went close to her. Ma'am, shall I give you the last stop? Sometimes God says, through some PD trainer or neighbor or a dada, dadis, one visitor to your office will come and say, I think you will be a better person in that chair. He will say, it's a signal. But last stop, shall I give you? You will be better in the chair. I don't know whether I want to go to that chair also. Give me wherever I want. I have not decided I want to go to last stop also. Give me wherever you want. How will you handle? Actually, I felt like saying, what will you feel? You also feel like saying Amma, Appa, dog, whatever bad words come. Because she has to give some answer. Now next to her, her Valentine boyfriend is sitting. I knew because both were chupuk they were sitting. Now before going to her, I wanted to try with her. Maybe because I asked in English, she is giving me that answer. I again went up to her and say, Akka, yello hogbekaka. In Kannada, it is a respectful way of asking. Akka means sister. That too elder sister. Not younger sister also. Elder sister. Where do you want to go, elder sister? Maybe because I am asking in English, she is actually offended. I asked her and she told in Kannada very clearly, Nange yello hogbeku gottilla, yell bekana kodi. How will you handle that? Exactly at that moment, Niman's bus stop came and it stopped. The driver looked back and I was asking the elderly person and that person who had come for a counseling for Niman's, I asked them to get down. And the driver shouted, Avribru Valentine idaralla, avrunu ilisbidi. Ide jaga seri avrige. Ide stop anta ticket kotbiಟ್ಟು ille ilisbidi. Then I told, ma'am, your ticket is Niman's only, 10 rupees, you give me 10 rupees, get down now. If you were there in my position, you would have also done the same thing. Now, we will stop the story there. That was a simple journey from Majestic to Kormangla. And when I am asking you, where do you want to go? When God is asking, where do you want to go? A conductor is asking, where do you want to go? You have not decided where you want to go. And why do you need confidence also? Wherever the driver stops, even if you are dead or alive, the place will be reached. If you are alive, you will get down. If you are dead, the body will be put down there. Kormangla ilibeku anta ee body heltittu, life iddaga, take him and put him into Kormangla. Your destination will as well be reached. Confidence is required where you have a goal, and that goal has to be something which cannot be achieved. When people share their goal, others should say, do you think it's possible? Then it's a goal. I want to become a senior manager. As it is, after few ages, you become senior manager only. Where will you become a junior manager? That should not be your destination. 5 years down the line, I want to be a chairman. That is your dream. When your friend says, that means he's saying, is it going to be possible? That should be your dream. A chaiwala saying, I will become a prime minister. That is my dream. A tribal woman, I will become a president. That is my dream. A boy who actually used to help when the 4 and 6 is written, the ball should be given back. The ball boy, they call them as. As a small boy, this ball boy was actually doing that. He wanted to experience cricket live. And today we call him as a god of cricket. When he was there, nobody in the stadium knew this boy is something. Today when he enters the same stadium, the entire stadium will stand up and they will actually applaud for him. And that change happened because he had a goal. And every time the conductor came to him, even in his dreams, where do you want to go, Tendulkar? 100 centuries, nothing less, nothing more. And he hit that and then only he retired. That is actually having a goal. We will again look into this beautiful video. You will understand in all these places how important it was. Your belief system. What is your belief system now? But for that belief system should be shaken up. Your goal should be that your belief system should be shaken from the core. Your confidence should be shaken from the core. Hey, you will be addressing how many people? 20 people. Hey, not 20 people. 2,000 people in the auditorium you are going to address now. Your belief system is shaken. Test something where your belief system will be shaken. You will become stronger and stronger and stronger. You are actually going higher and higher and higher. Wherever your belief system is not shaken, if you say, I have never got into any such experience of having a low confidence, that means you have never tested you beyond your comfort zone. You have never tested you beyond your comfort zone. So, your belief can become stronger when you try something which is humongous, which is unimaginable in human thing. Defeated 8 times in an election. Election happens once in 4 years or once in 5 years. 8 4s are 35 years he's been only contesting various elections. In all the elections, small elections, a small association elections, a small club elections, a small lion club elections, all the elections he failed. Including presidential election also he failed. But once again when he made an attempt, he wins over that election. Why? Because he was ready to bounce back and continue. He was ready to test himself when the belief was shaken from the core. People called him blue-eye Boyd of election because he had never won any election. The only election that he won finally was a presidential election. And then he was considered as the greatest president of United States of America. And I'm talking about the great Abraham Lincoln. That is how your belief system has to be shaken. Became the greatest president ever. So that deep inside you should have it. He was denied a teacher post. Not only he, Thomas was even denied admission to school. And he never went to schooling and they completed their schooling. And Einstein was actually not given a chance to become even a teacher. They did not identify. And later on what happened? They designed the textbooks and they were in the textbooks of their schools. And that happens when you test yourself, your belief system. Make the syllabus what has to be taught. So everywhere when you corely, a man who led an army of the peasants, Mao, becomes the greatest leader. It builds a strong nation. The child of a poor, Michael Jackson, he was called as a god of singing and dancing. He became a superstar of the millennium. A boy from a slum, Pele, becomes the greatest footballer. The ball boy in 1987 World Cup, Tendulkar, becomes the greatest god of cricket. The black in the white dominance. In the boxing it was always a white dominance. Women who worked in cafes. Our movie is a super hit, Harry Potter. Our books is an amazing seller. A man who drew Walt Disney. Walt Disney was a man who actually drew ambulance and used to sit because he had plenty of time to spend. While he was sitting in the ambulance, means just leaning back towards the tire of the ambulance, he used to sit. He used to observe the mouse moving around. He always used to like sketching. He used to sketch that mouse. He used to sketch that cat trying to chase the mouse. And then he got this idea of Mickey Mouse. Today that Mickey Mouse has transformed and it has become Walt Disney, one of the highly richest film body of the world. Walt Disney's Avengers, Walt Disney, everything is today Walt Disney's product. All the cartoons, all the animations. And this man, where did he start? He was a very ordinary driver. He had known nothing about animation. But he was an artist. He tried writing that Mickey. And that was the first cartoon picture that was liked, or a cartoon characters that was liked by everybody. Mickey Mouse. And that Mickey Mouse has led to Avengers today, and Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, and what not. Most of you think I cannot move means you will stop, you will think I should die. And this man went to space and he was able to fly. A great scientist. An untouchable Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. A common man, Gandhi becomes the father of a nation. A very ordinary man. Ambani, a truck driver, James Cameron, gave avatar, an housewife, Emily Pastor, a nurse, Florence Nightingale, a nun who became a Mother Teresa, a cancer survivor becomes a psychologist, a neglected shadow becomes a best anchor, Diginet, a college topper, a tribal man. When we talk about a tribal woman, it is Draupadi Murmu. A tribal man was Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was a tribal boy who lived deep in the South African jungles. And this man came out. He is considered as one of the greatest presidents. The soldier became an emperor, and the slave became a legend. They had a dream and they dared to chase the dream. Most of us, we don't have a dream. That's where our confidence kabhi only when you have a dream, you feel like I need more confidence to execute it. When you test going outside the comfort zone, then you will say I need more confidence. Most of you have never dared to go out of the comfort zone. So never it has come that मुझे किसी के लिए confidence low है करके कभी लगा ही नहीं है. That means you have never tested yourself. You will have to come out and test yourself. There is just one life, we need to achieve it. See, most of the time what happens, whenever we talk about confidence, whenever we talk about belief system, whenever we talk about self-esteem, one of the biggest hurdles that stops from executing all these actions is fear of failure. All of us have this fear of failure. Now if I say one of you come and can you give me a small perspective of what we discussed in the last class in 10 points, most of you will not dare to come. It's not that you cannot. Most of you can give more beautiful lines than what I have given. But you have never put yourself into that place and pushed yourself to give the best. So when you have not tried yourself to give the best, where is the option of you trying to achieve bigger things in life? You have not dared enough, pushed enough to go outside the comfort zone at all. What difference will it make? Anyway, I have come for a training. I'll sit there and complete the training and go. No, I will go there. Whatever sir has told in the last class, let me introspect, put it in 10 points and tell it. But we don't, because we are afraid of failures. Most of us are afraid of failures. The first 2020 World Cup, when they had to choose a captain, they go to the junior team and they say, who wants to play? Everybody raises their hand. Why? They were enthusiastic, they were confident, they were young and they never were afraid of failure. अगर पहला मैच लूज होगा तो क्या होता है, सेकेंड मैच लूज होगा क्या होता है, हम पूरा दम लगा के खेलेंगे. कर्माण्ये वाधिकारस्ते मा फलेषु तदाचना. That means you will have to do the karma like you have never done it earlier. And don't think about the results. Results is his job to give. I just take few baby steps towards my goal. That's all. It's the universe's responsibility to align everything and make it a reality. That is how all the dreams have been fulfilled. The same simple Tenzing Norgay, when he actually wanted to climb that Mount Everest, his mother was against it. But when Dalai Lama told, keep your dream, but don't discuss your dream with anybody, because the people who listen to your dream can be sometimes your dream stealers. So sometimes you are low in confidence, don't go to a person who is already broken up and ask him, give me energy or confidence. Go to successful people and tell them, I've failed 5 times, what shall it happen? Then he will say, it's okay, I've failed 10 times. You will bounce back once again. And then he continued to have this dream. 14 years down the lane, Tenzing Norgay gets aligned to one person, Hillary. And this Hillary was from New Zealand, the other part of the country, and from that part to Mount Everest, he had to travel, and that guy had decided this is the last attempt I'm going to make to see to it I reach Mount Everest, because he had made multiple such earlier attempts and he had failed. And now he decided, come what may, this will be my last attempt. Why he made that last attempt? Because Tenzing Norgay's dream had to be fulfilled. Again I'm telling you, holding on to the dream and taking few baby steps itself is your responsibility. The universe will realign yourself, give you such people who can actually fulfill your dream. And that man comes because he wanted a traveler who can carry his bag. At that time, Tenzing Norgay was an adult with heavily built body, very strong man. From hundreds of them, he picks up, mujhe ye chahiye. There are brokers who align everybody, and he could pick up whomsoever he wants. And that Hillary could feel that he can do that wonders, and he picks him up, and rest is history. They were the first people to climb Mount Everest, and there was no looking back. Why? This had to happen because the dream of this boy had to be fulfilled. And you also, you should only take few baby steps, and don't be allergic to what is called as failures. Most of the time, only when we fail multiple times, success is going to hit you, because beyond every success there is a failure. There has to be a failure. When you take up the failures as a stepping stone, automatically success will come. This is actually a confidence building exercise. So every time this happens, you should be ready. It's okay to fail. And failure should not be taken as failure, because failure was required for you to become successful in the next attempt. Chandrayaan 1 was successful, beautiful. Chandrayaan 2, yes, as an ultimate it was not a success, but 99% there was success. But the ultimate soft landing did not happen. So Chandrayaan 2 experience was required to make Chandrayaan 3 very, very successful. If you think that was not required, then we are actually taking on a foolish turn. Let us share a beautiful story to understand this better. I still remember this beautiful story. There was one such IT boy why we call, because he had done his engineering in computer science. After completing his engineering in computer science, he was a good scorer, a smart boy also. He had a campus round of interview in his college, and Infosys had shortlisted him, and they had called him for final 4 rounds of interview in the campus. So he goes all the way to Infosys campus of Bangalore. From Bangalore he is coming. So he had decided that I will only have my breakfast after I complete all the rounds of interview and with an offer letter in my hand. So he goes early in the morning, because the interview was called at 7 o'clock. There were 4 rounds of interview. He clears all the 4 rounds, and he is an happy boy now. With that happiness, he says, now is the time for me to have breakfast. And he's looking for a good hotel. Because he is a person from Bangalore, he was looking for a Udupi hotel. Udupi hotel is a Bangalore hotel in general terms. So he finds one very good Udupi hotel. There was a lot of rush, and he automatically makes this assumption that if it is rush, that means things are good there. So he goes up to the hotel, and the owner was sitting at the counter, because it was a small hotel, a heavily rush hotel. He goes up to the owner and says, sir, do you have a very tasty idlis and vadas? And he says, yes sir, our idlis are also very, very tasty, but our vadas are very special, very tasty sir. We are famous for vadas. Does your vada satisfy my hunger? it can satisfy anybody's hunger, sir. You ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, sir. How much is one plate vada? He says 40 rupees only, sir. Do you charge extra for chutney and sambar? ಏನು ತಮಾಷೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಸರ್, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಫ್ರೀ ಸರ್, ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಸರ್. So he goes and he sits. He orders one plate vada. The owner says, one plate vada kodi. Give him a plate of vada. Water, one plate vada, chutney and sambar is given. A big, medium size vada. He cuts the vada into 4 pieces. He dips it in chutney, dips it in sambar, eats. After he is swallowing, he looks at the owner and says, very tasty. And he finishes the first vada. First piece, second piece, third piece, fourth piece. He looks at the owner and says, very tasty, but stomach not full. Then he says, the owner is happy. One plate, plate vada kodi. Give him one more plate of vada. One more plate of vada comes. In personality development, we call this as Sapt vada concept. Can you repeat? Sapt vada concept. 3 times. Sapt vada concept. Again, Sapt vada concept. In English, we call it as nth vada concept. Because you don't know which is your nth vada. You don't know which is your nth attempt. You don't know which is your 9,099th attempt. And only after that success is awaiting. So complete it. Go for one more attempt. So he was not, stomach was not full. He again looks at him. 3 vadas has happened. Every time he eats a vada, he looks at the owner. He says, very tasty. He says, stomach not full. 3rd vada happens. 4th vada happens. 5th vada happens. 6th vada happens. Again after the 6th vada, he looks up to the owner and says, very tasty, stomach not full, he says, because vada is already here. But one more plate of vada is given. He is forcibly eating that vada. He cuts it into 3 pieces. The waiter comes to the owner and says, how much vada he is going to eat, sir? Is he a bakasura? Don't worry. With my experience, I am telling, he cannot eat this complete vada. One bite, he will stop. We have got good orders. How many? 7 vadas. 7 fours are, he's making that calculation. And then that guy goes, he breaks the vada into 4 pieces, he takes the first piece, he dips it, he chews, he gulps. Vada is already here. Now if he wants also, he can't eat. He drinks little water and a coffee, and then he comes. Then how much was one plate vada, sir? He says 40 rupees. Coffee, 20 rupees. 40 plus 20, 60 rupees. He keeps and he moves. The owner, he catches him. Sir, 7 vada. How many vadas? 7 vada. He says, sir, what are you talking? I asked does your vada has capability of satisfying my hunger, and does it have a taste? All your vada was tasty, sir, but first vada was not capable of satisfying my hunger. Second vada was also not. 9th vada was able to satisfy my hunger. Actually, I am not supposed to pay you 40 rupees also. Alnodi vada, I have only eaten 1 piece. 3 pieces left as it is. What do you call them? We'll stop the story there. Most of us are like this. You don't want to experience failure. If you have not experienced that 6th vada of failure, 7th vada cannot become successful. You cannot consider 6 vadas as failure and say, I don't want to pay for that. Your satisfaction of hunger, all these 6 vadas are equally responsible along with that 7th first vada. So, in your life, when you are practicing to experience failure, it's okay to fail. What is not okay is to give up after failure. Let me talk about failure and success. Failure is, what is the difference between successful people and not so successful people? Successful people are those who continue even after multiple failures. People who are not successful are those people who stop after first failure. The only difference between successful people and non-successful people. They are ready to go on even if they fail multiple times until they reach success. Their only one mind and one devotion is, come what may, until I reach my goal, I shall keep on making attempt as many number of times, because I don't know which is my nth vada. You don't know which is your nth vada. That's the same concept goes good here. What is a failure? A man working in a petrol bunk, do you consider it as success? No, it is a failure. But being in that failure, it was important for him to have and experience such failures to become the great Dhirubhai Ambani. Started with 10,000 turnover company and he built it to 10,000 crores turnover company. And that was possible because he was ready to fail. Everybody has failed. He failed to actually get through the interview of pilot. It's okay. That failure was a necessity. Because his nth vada was not to become a pilot. We wouldn't have remembered him as Abdul Kalam if he would have been a pilot and if he would have fought at even wars and if he would have actually flew few planes. We remember him as Missile Man of India because he had to experience failure here. He was ready to experience that failure and change the vertical. He was a pilot. What did he become? Scientist. Are you daring enough to get into a bus and say, I don't want to go to Majestic, I was planning to go to Majestic, I'll go on the opposite direction because I know my destination is there. Somewhere he saw the signals, he identified his destination is somewhere else. And this man becomes the great Abdul Kalam. So you should ask yourself, if you're failing in one vertical, can you dare to say this is not my vertical and choose a new vertical? That requires what is called as confidence. Look at the kind of confidence he had. A pilot is one particular vertical and what he became was a different vertical altogether. And that was possible. I was rejected from the All India Radio. Last time I told you in the yesterday's class, I was rejected. If you would have got himself in All India Radio, we wouldn't have experienced him as an angry young boy. Amitabh Bachchan, the Diva, the Sholay, the Coolie, or Kaun Banega Crorepati. These wouldn't have been in stories at all. So one failure was for him to hit that nth vada, and that nth vada got him a success somewhere else. And that was Amitabh Bachchan. Yes, I failed in 8th standard. He did not give up because his vision was to become a cricketer. When he failed and his devotion towards cricket was so high that people could identify the kind of confidence that he was exhibiting. The coach told his mom he's going to become the greatest batsman. He was very openly announced by his coach. Because the kind of dedication what he showed was uncomparable. Even during his 7th, 8th, 6th standard times, early in the morning 4 o'clock he used to get up, wear a uniform, on the uniform wear a track pant, track shirt, go catch a train, go to the playground, play along with the coach who comes at 5:30 till 7:30, then remove that clothes, put it into the bag, catch another train, go to the school, attend the school, come back from the school to the same playground, play till night 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock until it is very dark, and then pick up a train, go back home. No Sunday was a Sunday for him. Sunday again come in the morning, play, again come in the evening, play. No Ganesha Chaturthi was a Ganesha Chaturthi for him. Go in the morning, play, come in the evening, play. No national holidays were national holidays for him. Because his devotion towards cricket was so much, that was the reason he became a god of cricket. And that was possible. He failed. This was a failure, but he did not give up. His vertical was completely different. Ask yourself, can you dare to do that? During my high school, this guy did not get selected even to the school team. Class team also he was not selected. When he was not selected to class team, he was not selected to school basketball team, and that man becomes one of the greatest basketball player people would have seen. And that's possible. Today what you are and tomorrow what you become, there is no comparison at all. Your yesterday is not equal to today, your today is not equal to tomorrow. Most of us, we are worried, we start comparing and our confidence comes down. Do not put your confidence down. Your yesterday is not equal to today, your yesterday will not be equal to tomorrow. Let me share a beautiful story, you will understand this, because all of us are stupid, we compare. It is a story to say, don't compare yourself, or you will be called as a fool. There were two friends, both were from the school days very good buddies. But after school days, one person gets into spirituality and he becomes a priest. One more person completes his engineering and higher studies. He becomes an engineer. This engineer man, he had a very bad marriage and he became a drunkard. All night he used to drink, sometimes till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, go home very late. And this had been a routine. One day it so happens that this friend who is a priest is coming from the temple. He had completed his early morning puja. what we call Brahma Muhurta Puja. All of you know what Brahma Muhurta is? What is the importance of Brahma Muhurta? Brahma Muhurta is that part of the entire 24 hours where the energy level in the atmosphere is very high. So high is the energy level there, with little efforts you get maximum benefit. All these great people whom I am used as an example, all these people, if you go through their autobiography, they have somehow made use of this Brahma Muhurta for their goals to be achieved. So it is a very important achievement. I think power went. So it is very important for us to understand that these are the people who made use of this Brahma Muhurta. In Brahma Muhurta, with very little efforts, you can get maximum benefit out of it. So we call it as Brahma Muhurta. Right now also all of you know Brahma Muhurta is important. That is the time where you will have to do what is called as dream chart writing. Brahma Muhurta is the time where you will have to get up, you will have to do meditation. Brahma Muhurta is the time where you will have to get up and do exercise. You will have to do pranayama. It has been given in books. It has been told by many persons. How many of you are seriously doing? If you are doing really good, if you are not doing, it's better you start off from tomorrow. There is no excuse. I am going to use this Brahma Muhurta to write my dream chart. I am going to use this Brahma Muhurta to do introspection. I am going to use this Brahma Muhurta actually to manifest my dreams. The best way you can make the dream come closer to you is, as Dalai Lama told, close your eyes, my son, visualize that you are standing on the top of that mountain and somebody is clicking a photo. And do you know exactly the same thing happened? Tenzing Norgay, unpad boy, is not an educated man. How will he know how to use a photograph? He doesn't know. When he wanted that New Zealand flag to be displayed, Illeri, he is trying to show him how to click photos. He is not able to catch. And he says, close your goggles, anyway people won't know, you hold the New Zealand flag, I will only click the photo. And he goes, Illeri, and clicks the photo, and the photo is being shared as Illeri standing there, and the photo is being clicked in all the New Zealand newspapers. This is the big news. Only in the autobiography, after 15 years when he writes, he says, my dear friends, I have a surprise which I am actually letting you know the secret. The man in the picture is not me, because Tenzing Norgay did not know how to click a photo. I never wanted a chance to miss out that I don't have a photo. So I made him use my costume, then close his eyes and then hold the national flag, and everybody thought that was me. It was not me. But what was the dream of Tenzing Norgay? Dalai Lama told, visualize that you are standing there and somebody has clicked you a photo. And the same thing became a reality. He was sitting and visualizing that. Early in the morning, sit and visualize. Late in the night, sit and visualize. Dreams are not dreams that you get when you close your eyes. Abdul Kalam sir told. Dreams are those which will never allow you to close your eyes. You should have the dream. Then confidence building ke liye we will start working. And all of these people have experienced failures. And after experiencing failures only, they have come to the level what they are. And it is possible. You can also become one of them. So, when this boy was actually traveling, these two people meet, and then the priest is coming after the Brahma Muhurta's prayers, and he is influenced by that deity, the temple is coming out, and this man completely drunk is coming. Both of them meet each other. Never get into an argument. Yesterday also I told interpersonal skills. This man starts off. What is this useless person you are? You used to be such a smart boy, and early in the morning you're drunk and you're roaming around. You are the most dumbest person I have seen. He says that. Who? The priest. Is it so? I am the dumbest? That means you are smart, huh? Yes, I am smart. Look, I am spending my time. I'll ask you some smart question. Answer, let me see. And let it be in Hindi because all of you understand Hindi. He makes a statement. Okay, but तू ही बहुत smart है ना? इस प्रश्न का उत्तर दो. ये पूरी धरती में कौन बड़ा? In this entire धरती or दुनिया or whatever, who is बड़ा? Because your influence is the temple, you always say what your influence did. You will never say something which you are not influenced with. So if you want to bring a different influence, change the perspective, go to a place where you can experience new. You stay in that comfort zone and your experience is that pond alone. You know nothing beyond the pond. So if anybody says, what is the biggest thing that you have experienced? The frog in the pond says, my pond, it is the biggest thing. And a frog which has jumped, coming from the ocean into the pond, looks at him and he laughs. And this drunkard also laughs. Acha? You feel actually, temple bada? Agar temple bada hai, to dharti ke upar kaise khada? Good answer. Then he understands, yes, na, wo dharti ke upar kaise khada? I'm sorry, the dharti badi. Shall I go? No, ye bhi sahi nahi hai. अगर धरती बड़ा है तो वो शेषनाग के ऊपर कैसे खड़ा? All of you know that our earth is carried by a Sheshnag and earth is rounding around the sun. Because we don't want our earth to lose any kind of a gravity and fall down, go out of orbit. It has been taken care by Vishnu. That is how the story goes. Then immediately this priest is caught and he says, I am very, very sorry, Sheshnag bada. Acha? You really feel Sheshnag bada hai? हाँ. अगर शेषनाग बड़ा है तो वो शिव जी के गले में कैसे पड़ा? Logically it is right. Your yesterday is not equal to today. Yesterday he wanted to be a pilot. Today he has become what? He is a missile man of India. Yesterday she was a tribal woman. What is she today? He was just a slum boy and he has become a Pele. He was a slum boy. He has become a Michael Jackson. So what all is not possible? Everything is possible. Only thing is you should ask yourself, are you ready for it? If you are ready, the things will happen. Yes, I'll go for this. So is yesterday where he was not selected even for a school basketball team. Who told you just because yesterday you were not selected even for a school basketball team, one day you cannot become the world's best basketball player? Who told you? It's a myth. We assume things. Again I am telling, excuse is a truth in a wrong place. You assume all this. And then he says, sir मुझे माफ कर दो, शिवजी बड़ा. अच्छा शिवजी बड़ा है? अगर शिवजी बड़ा है तो वो कैलाश पे कैसे खड़ा? अगर शिवजी is बड़ा, शिवजी's home is in Kailash. How can he stand on Kailash? So your yesterday's performance and today's performance don't compare. It is meaningless to compare. Now this guy went on comparing and he says, अरे यार मुझे माफ कर दो, मैं फाइनली एक आंसर दे देता हूँ, कैलाश बड़ा. अच्छा कैलाश बड़ा है तो वो हनुमान पे उंगली पे कैसे टिका? You know Hanuman was asked to get Sanjeevani. What is the difference between Google and ChatGPT? All of you know what ChatGPT is? What is ChatGPT? AI based. It's a bot which answers like the most intelligent man on earth, who has read millions of books, millions of research papers, millions of videos. That is his attire. The only problem when we were making use of search engine is, we asked for Sanjeevani, one herbal medicine which had to be 3 leaves. The Google will give you a mountain. Entire Kailash he will dump. Now I'll have to go in search of what I want. So it always used to bother and people used to say, ask, why is the search engine giving me so many reports? I want one and only report. The doctor told, अरे यार हनुमान एक संजीवनी बूटी लाने के लिए बोला था, पूरा कैलाश उठा के लेकर आया. That was our search engine which was doing. Now ChatGPT, he will only give you that संजीवनी बूटी. Then he goes and says, अरे यार मुझे माफ कर दो, हनुमान बड़ा, आप ही बोल दो कौन बड़ा. मैं मानता हूँ I am not good enough. And this man says, जो पूरी रात 4 बॉटल पी के 2 टांग में कड़ा, वो सबसे बड़ा. So from his perspective, he is only bada. You go to a beggar and say, are you happy with your life? Yes. Why? Today I got 500 rupees. You were never happy even after you got 5 lakh rupees. That beggar is happy because for him success is that. Change your perception, because as long as you don't change your perception, God is ready to fill whatever vessel you have. Are you ready to expand your pan? It is raining. I ask you, go and collect whatever rain you want. You go with a spoon, you will collect a spoonful of water. You go with a tumbler, you will collect a tumblerful of water. You go with a big container, you will collect a big container of water. But Vishweshwaraya goes and builds a reservoir and he is collecting heavy water. Why? Where is the bottleneck? Bottleneck is not in the rain. bottleneck is in the pan that you want to collect the rain. God has never told if it is reservoir I won't rain. He is ready to rain. God is ready to give whenever He wants. He is ready. But He will give when He wants. He may not give when you want. That's the reason we say in God's book there is nothing called as denial. Delay is there. Can you repeat? In God's book there is nothing called as denial. Delay will be there. Are you ready to hold on to that delay? If you are ready to hold on to that delay, automatically you will get it. So success and failure, why? Where is the difference? In your confidence. You lose confidence, you are allergic to this word failure, and you are allergic to going away from the comfort zone. So you stick to whatever you are doing. You will live a mediocre life and you will die as a mediocre. All these people did not live a mediocre life. They did not lead a life for convenience, and they did not make choice according to convenience. They made choice according to conviction. मुझे ये करना है, वो करने के लिए क्या क्या करना है, मैं सब कुछ करने के लिए ready हूँ. I am ready to do everything under the sky because I want that. That is living with conviction. आप मुझे खून दो, मैं आपको आजादी देता हूं. He went on telling that, and he built a powerful army. It was not easy to build a powerful army under the umbrella of British ruling, and this Subhash Chandra Bose was capable of doing it. And for that, he had lived a life out of conviction, not out of convenience. Nehru, let us take up. Gandhi did not say, we are going to fight ahimsa. If it doesn't work, I will give up that and I will come and actually start working as a lawyer. No, he burnt his certificates and he told, I will never be a lawyer. My only goal is I will live or die getting freedom to India. And he got the freedom to India. That should be your attire. When you give a second line, second choice, you tend to fall on it. You should not give a second chance. There should be only one choice, and that choice only I will execute. If I execute completing it, I will be happy. If I don't execute complete it, I will still be happy. But till my last breath, I will keep on going towards that direction. That is confidence. And confidence is not that you don't have fear. Most of the time what we say, army men are very confident. Navy people are very confident. The border security force is the most confident. They are brave. Don't get this brave word wrong. Brave does not mean they don't fear. Brave means with that fear they are ready to stand there. They don't know which bullet which is going to be fired from the opposite direction is going to come and hit them. And in which bullet his name is written, nobody knows, but they dare to go there and stand. That is called as braveness. Braveness does not mean they don't have fear. Braveness means in that fear I am ready to jump. Sometimes you have also experienced and you have actually shown among us braveness. But what is at the stake? Depending on the stake that is there, you have shown your braveness. Assuming there is section 177, shoot at sight order is there. Your only daughter of 4.5 years, she is vomiting and blood comes out of it. Do you think you will wait for the section 177 to cool down? What will you do? You will tell your wife, pick up the baby. Let me see who is going to stop me. And you are going to take your car and you are going to drive. If the army man comes and he points the gun, you only take the gun and you point it. You shoot me, I am ready to die, but I cannot see my daughter dying. She is vomiting blood. I will have to take her to the hospital, come what may. That does mean that he was not afraid. He was afraid. Even with that fear, he went and chased. That is called as braveness. Even I know I can fail, but still I will act confidence. That is called as confidence. Because nobody knows the first 2020 World Cup who is going to win. And when the junior team was there, he says, assuming we decide to select a captain from this, who is going to be a captain? Before the question itself was not even completed, one hand raises, it raises tall, it remains tall until the question is completed, and somebody looks at him, oh Dhoni, क्या जीत के आओगे? अपन जीत के ही आएगा. Because he did not know English to speak, he learnt later on. And there was no looking back. Look at the confidence what he told. Sometimes the confidence that you exhibit, the genie sees your confidence, he says, I love your confidence, your wish is my command master, it shall be fulfilled. Repeat, I love your confidence. Louder, I love your confidence. Your wish is my command, Dhoni. You shall win this 2020 World Cup. Same Ashri Ravane happened. Do you know what he told? Apan cup jeet ke aayega. And he had nothing to lose. Yes, he was in one zone because even if he failed, nobody would ask. And the first match they failed. Nobody was there to ask. Everybody started writing in the newspaper, what kind of team have they selected? Whom have they made a captain? A boy who has just learned to bat well. He is going to lead the team. Were the management drunk when they selected the captain? Were they drunk when they selected the players? Why most of the senior players are left out? Nobody knows. They were not left out. They could have told they won't play. Management will come and announce that in newspaper? No. There were a lot of prime ministers. अगर वो लोग घुस के मारेंगे, हम भी घुस के मारेंगे, irrespective of what the international audience are going to say. उसके लिए कॉन्फिडेंस चाहिए था, डर भी था. घुस के मारना उतना आसान नहीं है. घुस के मारने के समय में एक एड़ा टेढ़ा हो जाएगा तो हमारा ऑपोजिशन इधर कच्चा सहित आपको निकाल के they will parade. He knew that. But he dared to say, अगर वो लोग घुस के मार सकते हैं, हम भी घुस के मारेंगे. And there he took a stand. एक दिन ऐसा आएगा and we need to do something like Operation Sindoor. He knew that. He had told these words to them. This is just a surgical strike. A day would come, we will have to make a bigger strike. Get ready. And they were making preparations from then. Again I am telling, confidence is not that he was not afraid. He was still afraid. What if when a person goes and does a surgical strike, getting into their territory and doing a surgical strike, there was all chances that all of the men who had gone there may not return safe, may not return alive. If they are actually imprisoned, if they are caught, it's going to be a disaster. But he knew, but somebody as a leader should be daring enough to take such decision, knowing that there is a chance of failure. Demonetization, it will definitely trouble. How long it was supposed to be done? All the prime ministers did not stand very strong to tell that yes, we shall do it. But one man told, come what may, we will have this demonetization done. Yes, it will create little trouble. We knew. GST, do you know what is the turnover or collection of tax in Karnataka? Highest. And it is actually 100 times more than what we have done earlier. Sorry, it is double, 3 times more than what we have collected earlier. Why that was possible? Because of GST. GST was already implemented in all the neighboring countries. So you should dare enough to take such chances, knowing that there will definitely be a chances of failure. When everybody were thinking who will go is going to manufacture vaccines, who is going to manufacture vaccines, on the international table Modi ji told we will do. And we did. Can you supply to the world? We will supply. That was daring enough. Confidence was required. He had to fill self-confidence in him, and then he had to bring it out to build confidence in the team. And the team was built with so much of confidence, pushed with so much of confidence. Yes, sometimes we say, who was the Jambavanta who led us through this entire corona disaster? One man that comes into our mind is Narendra Damodar Modi ji. The entire world looks up to him as one man who really stood strong, and he made the world think we will actually go through this also, we will surpass this also. That is what we call confidence building. Why we were afraid of failures? He was a college dropout. When you see a college dropout, what will you say? Net college goga kagalla. College भी complete नहीं किया, अभी business करेगा, उसी में भी flop हो जाओगे. But daring चाहिए. He failed there, but he was successful here. Bill Gates. Yes, I used to serve tea in the football. Used to serve tea at a shop to support my football training, and he becomes Messi. Today is even his social Instagram account, for every post he gets around 15-16 crores. He used to sell ordinary tea to actually make up few money to get into football training, and he was a short man. Messi was a very short man. That short man could not actually become a good football player. But still he told the world it is possible even if I am short to become a good player. In cricket, To become a batsman, they told you should have height. Tendulkar, Sunil Gavaskar, Virat Kohli proved it is not important to have height. It is only important to have a personality. It's very important to have confidence that you can hit any ball, and you can definitely hit any ball. That was possible. Yes, he used to actually eat food, and that the food was a prasad that was given in ISKCON temples. He says, for years together I have eaten my food that was given as prasad in US ISKCON temples. And that was the beginning of my spiritual journey. And if I was able to do some miracles in my life, it was all because of that spiritual journey. And as a small gratitude towards that, his wife comes to the Mahakumbh Mela and she participates in that Mahakumbh and she goes. That was a spiritual man. He used to clean the floor, he used to sleep on the floor, he used to collect the Coke bottles and that reused Coke bottles for food money and getting weekly free meals at a local temple, ISKCON. And that man becomes Steve Jobs. We wait for his phone to be released and we stand in queue all night to grab that phone on the first retailing. My teacher used to call me a failure. Tony Blair, one of the successful man. His teacher called him a slow learner. Albert Einstein also, Thomas Alva Edison also. Both were sent out of the school. They will have to be put into special schools. Or you will have to train him personally. These were the words told. The mentally handicapped. He also didn't speak until he turned 4 and he didn't read until he was 7. So he got admission to the lower class only at the age of 8 years. But still, they did not allow him to continue in the school. They told you should be put into special schools. A person like him, a person like Thomas becomes the greatest scientist. Why? They had that in them that they can also do something in life. So it's all about the confidence. The moment you lose confidence, you will be shaken up. You may be a big elephant. Once your confidence is not there, you will have a heart of an ant. You cannot survive. You should have an heart of a lion. So it's very important. 12 times J.K. Rowling's book Harry Potter was rejected. They told, well, what's a silly book it is. Magic, it seems, on a broomstick you will actually fly, it seems. People made fun of that. Every character they made for fun of it. The funny characters which they made fun of it became the bestseller. And people used to wait, kids used to wait for our next version to be released. And not only books are adaptive of movies, also became very, very successful. She is a billionaire now. But yes, 12 times it was rejected. For you, if one or twice, if something happens negative, you will say, I think I'm not made for this, and you give up. 9,999 times Thomas Alva Edison did not give up. KFC, on the 1009 attempt, his recipe worked not at the age of 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, at the age of 65. Most of your one best excuse is age. 40 हो गया है ना? Then मर जाओ. Most of the time 40 हो गया है ना? तो क्यों जिंदा है? जाके मरो. 45 should not be a bell for you to say I will stop doing everything. When people did not stop at 65 and people did not stop at 85, 90. Do you know what is the age of Amitabh Bachchan today? 85 is nearing to 90. Deve Gowda is 92. He still comes to the Parliament of Delhi. Because they have a zeal, they have the conviction. I'll have to do something for the nation, I'll have to do something, I'll have to live healthy and I'll have to die healthy. So at the age of 65 he did not give up. Most of us, even at the age of 20, 25, 30, 1 or 2 attempts of failures, we give up. He made 1009 times when the swelling of the recipe did not work, and finally one of the hotel accepted his recipe and there was no looking back. His recipe is being used all over the world. It is just that you will have to keep making attempt till you reach that small threshold. Once the threshold is reached, it will manifest into reality. All your dreams are like that. I don't know how many of you know this. There was one man called as Martin Luther King Jr. A very great personality. We use him in our talks. This man had that conviction that America is going to experience something which we have thought will never happen in the years to come. See, they named the White House as White House because they never wanted blacks to even go on work there. There was a big color discrimination all over the world, not only in India, all over the world. That means whites are masters, blacks and browns are slaves. Even in South Africa, whites are masters, black and browns are slaves. This is how it was carried out. Martin Luther King Jr., when he was addressing in a very big hall, Abraham Lincoln Hall, it was an open air, on the steps the mic was given, and he told, a day would come, my beloved brothers and sisters, that America is going to witness, there will not be any color discrimination, and this White House will witness it. When you ask for a dream, you should say, this eyes will witness it. Sometimes the dream what you ask, the genie will understand, that means you don't want to witness, na? Only White House should witness, na? Then what will the genie say? Your wish is my command, master. You shall not witness, but your White House will witness. And the White House witnessed after the death of Thomas Luther King Jr. 4 years down the line, 14 years down the line, Barack Obama becomes the first black president occupying the White House. Do you know how was the standard there? If any movie had projected a black president, that movie, even if it was good, would become a flop, because they never went and appreciated such movies. That was the discrimination. Till today there is black and white discrimination. That is always there. But it was able to make the difference. So your dream has to be so strong, which you will have to hold on to it, that when it has to be manifest, the universe will take care. What is your responsibility? Hold on the dream with conviction till your last breath. How many of you have seen this Om Shanti Om? There is one Hindi saying, अगर आप किसी चीज को चाहते हो, दिल और दिमाग से इतना ज्यादा चाहते हो, आपको कुछ नहीं करना है. Hold on to that dream. A time will come when the dream will get manifested into reality, and you have nothing to do. Universe will create a conspiracy. It will bring Tenzing and Hillary together, and things will become a reality. Martin Luther had a dream. He wanted to see that White House is going to witness a black president. The universe, after his death, the universe had to create a conspiracy. It had to create an energy to bring back Obama and tell he's going to be the president, and he was the best president. If there was a third term, I think he would have continued, because he did really do good. In US, there is a maximum 2 attempts only. It is not that you keep on making multiple attempts. So, when we talk about him, even his first story, Rocky, was rejected 1,500 times. For 8 years, he kept on giving to every directors. Afterwards, one of the director takes it. Rocky becomes the first such series which became a very successful film. Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3. Because of that, Rambo 1, Rambo 2, Rambo 3. Lot of such movies started coming up. So not once, 1,500 times over a period of 6 to 7 years, his script was rejected. And finally that becomes one of the best movie, one of the highest collection happening movie of Sylvester Stallone. So failures are bound to happen. Are you experiencing failure? This is a question you are to ask. Yes, I am experiencing multiple failure. Then success will come. No, I am not experiencing any failure at all. That means you have not tested enough. So it is very important that you do this. Thomas Alva Edison found 9,999 ways how not to create a bulb. Every time he failed, he did not say, I am a failure. He told, I know 9,999 times how a bulb, if it is actually manufactured, it will not actually burn stably. That is the spirit of showing your confidence. Okay, Winston Churchill, yes, you know. And Charlie Chaplin, people made fun of him. His act was initially rejected. They told how funny, how stupid, how foolish it looks. And today, we want to see him. Again and again. The Hollywood studio chefs, because they felt it was a little too nonsensical, very stupid, very funny. So they never wanted to take it. And finally, that becomes the act. Sir Isaac Newton, mothers pulled him out of the school as a boy so that he could run a family farm, and he failed miserably. And then he becomes a greatest scientist. Stephen King is the first novel carry was rejected 30 times before it was published. Abraham Lincoln was called a failure. He was called as an election failure personality. Okay, he had so many disasters in his life. Defeated for legislature in 1832. Failed in business in 1833, elected to legislate in 1834, sweetheart, she died, her wife died, had nervous breakdown, defeated for speaker, defeated for nomination of Congress, elected for Congress, lost renomination, rejected for land officer election, defeated from Senate election, defeated for nomination for vice president, again defeated for Senate in 1858, and finally in 1860 he gets elected as a president. He had multiple failures. Don't think all successful people did not have failures. Tendulkar once addressing a newspaper, when somebody asked, are you so happy that you have so many success and so many records under your bouquet? He told, I'm sorry, I think you have not Googled me properly. The news reporter was confused. Tendulkar ji, what do you mean by that? He told, I also have maximum negative records. Go through it, you will find out. I'll give you 2-3 examples. Tendulkar is the only batsman who was out with 0 maximum number of time. Tendulkar is the only batsman who was out for single digit maximum number of time. Tendulkar is the only person who was out under 50 maximum number of time. Tendulkar is the only person who was out. So there were so many negative records also, because I went there and I stood strongly with confidence telling I can hit 100 centuries. I failed this time. I was out for 0. Next time I went, I stood and I told I will hit 100 centuries. I kept on bouncing back, I was with confidence standing there knowing that I will fail miserably, but still I did not give up. So I also have enough number of world records for negatives. Maximum catch drop I have, because I have played in maximum matches. I was confident enough to go and play. I also have maximum catch. Why? Because I was there in the slip maximum number of time. And I have dropped many catches also. So failures are needed in life, my dear friend. So let me not take that ego and tell I have too many success. I also have multiple failures. So that is how life is going to be. It will be filled with success. Friends, there are many such people who have struggled in life. Not about you could not do. Wait, your time will come and miracles will happen every day. Are you anticipating a miracle? Most of you don't get up saying that today एक miracle होने वाला है. You get up, आज भी ऑफिस जाना है, हाँ जाना है. आज भी इधर जाना है, हाँ जाना है. आज भी वापस आना है, हाँ आना है. No. When you get up, you should say, आज एक miracle करके ही मरूंगा. I'll come back and sleep in the bed. Do you know bed is a place which we call it as a dead bed also? Maximum lives are lost not on the accidents in the roads. Maximum lives are lost in the bed. Everybody goes to bed. There are a lot of people, lakhs of people in the world right now who will not get up today's morning, and they have straight gone to the funeral. So every day when you get up, you should get up with such positive pepping. Oh God, thank you for giving me one more day. You look at your wife, my beautiful wife is here. Thank you for giving my wife. Hey, are you alive? Not in words, at least by touching. Oh, my wife is alive. Thank you for that. My mom and dad are in the next room. Thank you for that. I have one more day to live. Let me live with enthusiasm. Thank you. Love you all so much. Take a break. ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ರ. ಸ್ಟಾಪ್.